similarly.
Yeah.
A2 is part mix on granular base,
Yeah.
and so on different.
Yeah, this different categories.
Oh, this
Right.
comes under
So how-
configuration.
Yeah, so
Are-
there is another tag or another input data which will categorize this one.
Okay, length, carriage width, traffic flow. Okay.
Yep. So carriageway width, the traffic flow, shoulder width. Keep going. Okay.
Climate zones also. Accident.
So a lot of tags over here.
Yeah.
The AADT
The traffic.
I'm not quite sure how it works with the AADT, because the previous version you put the AADT here and then somewhere else you put the percentage of each class.
Okay.
But now you put the AADT here and you put the numbers of each class, and it's possible to put a different number in here to the sum of the numbers that you put elsewhere, and I'm not quite sure how it uses it. I haven't got round to working that out yet. Okay.
Different.
Okay, so those are your top level.
So
things.
we can edit
Then,
or
yeah.
we can add column or section or anything.
Yep. But then we can edit, and you recognise the format. So editing the detail gives you this thing with lots of tags, right? so when you go into the tags, where's me? Lost it. Oh, there. Okay. So this is the definition of the road, right? So it's the name, your ID,
Yeah.
and some subsets of those things, the length. so this is basically what we saw up there. But then we come to the geometry. This is tells you how hilly the road is, the number of rises and falls, curvature, the speed limit, altitude, and these relate to the side friction, the amount of slowing that the traffic gets from, and you can see that this is all set up with the default. But you play with those. You can slow the traffic down. You can speed the traffic up. With everything else stays the same. The pavement. You can see here. You've defined that it's asphalt concrete. Here's your most recent surfacing thickness. So that's what you get from your radar thing. So you can. So that tells you what it's like underneath, and the most recent construction year and the most recent rehabilitation resurfacing year. So again, that has
information.
That's information which generally, when I've been using this, the people don't know. So you have to make a guess at it. And then this is the SNP and deflection. Those come from your falling weight, structural number, CBR, whether that's a wet season or a dry season.
So the
CBR.
structure number is depend on a lot of data. So it's give you a reach data is a number or full road.
Well, what you're supposed to do is break up the road into sections which are what they call
So it's a section.
homogeneous, similar sections. So this is an average for your section.
Okay.
And if you have big differences, then you should be splitting the sections.
CBR or
Here's your condition. So you've got your roughness, structural caps, wide structural caps, thermal cracking, raveling, potholes, edge breaks, rut depths, texture depth, skid resistance, and drainage. Right, so you've got all those pieces of information that you should be keeping up to date in your database. Right. Now I can tell you now that in terms of a project, the roughness is what drives it.
Yeah.
That's the key thing. But in terms of the deterioration over time that it calculates, then these other things are important. So where you are.
This condition will be the actual condition for at that moment when you're checking it, or it will be over a period of 1 year or so?
At sometime in 2013.
Yeah, no, so thermal cracks percent.
Yeah.
How much portion of the whole road you take the percentage on that at that moment? Or how much of the road will be deteriorated within a year? Or
it depends on the second data we will get. Then we will know that at 2013 this happened, and in 2016 or 17 the road is deteriorated or upraised due to maintenance. It will be we will know after second project.
Okay,
inputting data.
There's some confusion. No issue. Let me get into
I
it.
think
it doesn't store history. This doesn't store the history.
it's
It's at a particular date, and so you would if you have a very seasonal. In some countries, they all the deterioration happens in winter, right? Then you have to take a be consistent in how you're doing that. But if there's not much difference, what you need this is an instance in time.
Yes, right.
What you need is to also have your RAMs database, and your RAMs database should be keeping the history. So every time you update your information, you update this one completely, and throw the old one away. But with the RAMs, it's a new record, and you keep the old one. Because the RAMs is designed so that you can look back and see how things are actually progressing over time. This has. Okay, this one does have it does have a previous surface cracking condition, but
we don't
nobody has that information, provides that information. Then you come to the motorized traffic, right? These are traffic types we had before. So your AADT is by you put in by traffic type. Your non-motorized traffic. And the other thing that you have here is an asset valuation, which I've never actually used. I played around with it for a job I was doing in Fiji, and we were proposing to set that up so that your maintenance manager would have information on what the nominal value of his road is and how it was changing over time. I think it will be quite useful for managing a road. It's not useful for a project, but if you were doing a road management over time, you had a performance-based contract, for example, you would want to ensure that the asset value doesn't fall, and so the asset value will fall if the condition of the road deteriorates. So Okay, so that's the
road
road network. Okay. Now we come to the maintenance standards, and there are three types here. One is called maintenance, one's called improvements, and one is called new construction sections. And so if we look at the maintenance, these obviously whoever set this up was looking at different maintenance
Procedures that
different strategies, effectively.
That is-
They're looking at whether they what sort of strategy should be being adopted, and obviously was trying out different ones of these, because normally you would only use one.